All right. So we're ready to start the quiz, or does anybody have any questions?
I'm ready to start. I have no questions.
Okay. Okay, for the first 7 questions, it looks like we're going to need the spreadsheet. Or this table here that they give us. There we go. It says a public opinion poll surveyed a simple random sample of 1,000 voters. Respondents were classified by gender, male or female, and by voting preference, Republican, Democrat, or Independent. The results are presented here. In this set of questions, we explore the research question, do men's voting preferences differ significantly from women's voting preferences? Use a significance level of alpha equals 0.05. Which set of hypotheses is appropriate for addressing the research question?
Is there the last one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And for question 4, what is the equation for computing the degrees of freedom? Let's see. Number of rows minus 1 times number of columns minus 1. So the last one as well.
Well, let's pick correct choices for degrees of freedom for this problem.
So we have 3 rows, 2 columns. So 2 times 1. Question 6. Are the requirements for conducting a x squared, g squared? The last one?
Yeah, the one that we just did.
Yeah. So it's 2 rows minus 1 times 3 columns minus 1. So 2 times 1, or 1 times 2. It's 2.
All right. And then are the requirements for testing x squared test for independence by the status set? And the requirements are that it must be greater or equal to 5 and a random sample. No, they're not, are they?
What were the requirements again? Sorry.
Well, the requirements, if you look in the reading, so I wrote it down. It says that they need to be greater or equal to 5. Yeah, you must use a simple random sample in order to obtain a sample from a single population, and each expected count must be greater or equal to 5.
Okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
So yes.
All of the expected cell counts are greater than. No, which one are you putting? Okay,
There are
I
at
think
least,
it's the last one.
first one, there are at least 5 expected counts in each cell.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's okay, and then the test statistic. .204.
Sorry, you said 0.204?
Yeah, 16.204.
16.204. Yeah, I got the same.
Okay, cool. And then my p-value is just 0.
Yeah. 0. Okay. And then question 14. Which of the following statement? Wait, I skipped a bunch. Wonder why I look weird. Okay. Question 9. Which of the following statements best describes the outcome of the study?
Well, since it was lower, we have to reject the null hypothesis.
Yeah. And our null was gender and voting preferences are independent. So there is insufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are independent. Is that one? No.
Isn't it there is sufficient? Because it's all about the alternative hypothesis.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. So there is sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent.
They're not independent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the next one, you have the chiropractor spreadsheet. That spreadsheet helps me out at all.
Okay. All right. So question 10. The conditions for conducting a chi-square test for independence are satisfied. True.
Yeah.
And what are the degrees of freedom? I got 8.
I didn't know if I'm still entering in. So.
Okay. It's all good.
Yeah, I have 8.
What was that?
62.267.
For the test statistic?
Yeah.
I got 7.436.
Let me check the numbers. Oh yeah, 7.436.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I put 11 instead of 111.
Oops. Okay.
And then my p-value is 0. Oh no, it's not. It's 0.490.
Yep, that's what I got.
Alright, our confidence interval, or our level of significance over that is alpha was 0.05. And the p-value is still underneath it, which means that we reject the null. The null hypothesis was location and motivation to visit a chiropractor are independent. So that means that there is sufficient evidence to suggest the motivation to visit a chiropractor is not independent of the location. The third one,
Sorry, you said you're rejecting the null, or we're not rejecting the null?
we rejected the null because, oh, just kidding, we didn't, sorry. I get confused. So it's the second one.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Right on, 100%. Very strong.
Nice.
Alright, do we have a test next week?
No, it sounded like. Yes.
Yep, we have a test next week. Which means that our next group meeting will be one of those folks who take the quiz before, so don't forget to do
Right.
that. Because I almost always do. See you all next week.
Looks like that's all we have for next week, though. Is just the exam.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Yep.
And after that, I don't think we have any more exams after that. It's just developing our project, our final project, and then
We do have a Unit 4 exam.
we do.
Unfortunately.
Awesome. But the Unit 4 exam might just be our project? I don't know. We turn our project in on week 13, so. I'm hoping that he gets back to us with feedback on our stuff, and then I can submit the Qualtrics thing so that we can start collecting data.
Right.
Well, we're almost done, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.